Is it possible to buy a reliable small truck or van for less than $5,000?
I'd say yes, it is possible. It's going to be very, very difficult. And there's a reason why if you watch our YouTube videos, you see me walking my lot, showing you what prices that I'm paying for vehicles, show you what I'm selling for. There's a reason why you never see trucks. And that's because cheap trucks don't exist anymore. We've owned like 2 trucks that we've sold in the last year. That's how bad it is. And we've done over 700 cars that we've sold, and 2 of them were trucks. So it's just not going to be a situation where I can go find a truck that's worth anything at these auctions and be able to pay $3,000, $3,500 for it and have it on my lot. And you can, I mean, I'm a car dealer that sells cars that are $5,000 and under. So if I'm going to be able to buy something that can keep in that price range, I got to pay maximum $3,500 for it, because I'm going to have a buyer fee at the auction that I'm going to have to pay. That's going to add to that $3,500. And I'm probably going to have to fix something on it. So I have to pay maximum $3,500, and those trucks just don't exist. And if they do, it's like the bed's off of it. It's gone. It's missing a door. I have bought a vehicle on accident without the door on it, but that's beside the point. There's something wrong with this truck to make it that cheap at auction. So it's going to be probably a long time, if ever, that I'm able to have trucks that I can sell for $5,000 and under. But without saying all that, they do exist. It's just going to be very, very difficult. You're going to have to buy it from an individual. You're going to have to find somebody that has 5 trucks sitting in their backyard and they're ready to get rid of one. And it's going to be a special situation for you to be able to find something that's $5,000 and under. Now, you also asked about vans. Yes, you can easily find good vans that are $5,000 and under. I mean, even like Toyota Siennas, I love them. You can find those, no problem. But if you're asking about a truck or a van, maybe you're thinking about like a work van. Those are a little bit more, little harder to find. Like the big cargo vans that you're trying to put a lot of tools in or something like that. That's also difficult. Construction is still going pretty good. Now, the way that trucks or these work vans can actually come down is if builders stop building houses or construction just slows down because the economy slows down in a big way. And I don't foresee that happening in the near future. We're even going to have this schedule of rate cuts that are coming up that should, in theory, help some of these home builders, meaning that they probably will step on the gas again as far as building houses. Construction is still going to be a thing. You're going to have a big recession, a big downturn in the economy where the housing market stops moving, where construction stops moving for trucks, work trucks, and work vans to start taking a hit. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Car market's not in a good place. Housing market's not in a good place. I've seen all the videos. I got buddies that are in the housing market, and then they're saying things are really bad. But it's not to the point where it's just stopped. Like it's not to the point where people are losing their houses. We're not there, and we're probably not going to get there this time around. But you need stuff like that to happen for truck prices to really fall off a cliff, and then they can get down to where you can get a halfway decent truck for $5,000 and under. I just don't see it happening anytime soon.
Would you still be in business if it wasn't for YouTube?
Yeah. I think our business would be doing way better if I wasn't in YouTube.
Yep.
Because I'd be able to have more time to go to auctions and buy more inventory and be able to sell more cars. The percentage of people that buy cars from us, keep in mind, we don't give out our dealership information on YouTube. People still find it. But we looked last month, and the percentage of people that bought cars from me from YouTube was less than 10%. It was close to 10%. It was like 7 or 8%. So we do sell quite a few cars to people that know where our dealership is, and they'll come by. And even
that's not for the year.
No, that's the last month.
Just to be clear, though, that's just from a short time.
Yeah. And what I will say too is we had like a couple repeat customers just in the last couple of weeks that they also knew me from YouTube. They just already bought a car from me before, and they came there too. I don't know if because I'm on YouTube, it just incentivized them more to come and buy another car from us, but they've been previous buyers already. But yeah, no, our business has probably suffered a little bit just because I am on YouTube, because of the time that YouTube takes, and it's one extra person that's not there to help out, and I'm not able to put the time that I used to in our business. And I'll say another downside to YouTube that actually pointed out yesterday. I went to an auction, and there was a guy, another dealer that was at that auction because he saw my videos at that auction, said, okay, this looks like a good auction, I'm gonna come to it. There's been multiple people come to some of the auctions that I have filmed because they've just seen it on video. So I'm actually bringing more buyers to my sweet spot, my auction that I want to buy cars from. So it's making it more expensive for me to buy cars at that auction because I'm showing videos from this auction. It's great for the auction, and is why they are great with me showing their auction and filming at it. A lot of these bigger auctions don't want me to do it because they're publicly traded. They got big time investors and stuff. I understand that completely, no problem. So you'll never see like a huge Manheim auction or anything on my channel. We do go to them, but I'm not going to film there, and I would assume that they don't want me to. I haven't even asked, but I'm not even going to open that wormhole up. It's probably hurt my business in all actuality. Now we're probably pulling in a few extra sales here or there, but the amount of inventory that we're not able to have access to because I'm just not going to the extra auctions because I don't have the time to is probably a net negative for my business because of YouTube.
Have you considered owning a wrecker, rollback, or trailer to deal with all the auction transportation needs?
Yeah, I had a F-350 and a 3-car trailer at one point. And what we figured out is because of how much it costs in fuel, how much it costs for payroll to run that thing, and how much hassle it was, and the stuff was always break. I bought a brand new trailer, and it's like the axles were always messing up. We had bearings that were going out in that thing. We ran through tires on this trailer. It was so much hassle, and we broke out the numbers, and we figured out that it was cheaper for us to pay a transport company to transport all these cars. So that's something I will never do ever again. I won't have a truck. I won't have a trailer, and it's dangerous too. Like the driving around, people are so stupid driving around, and you have this massive truck, this massive trailer, and all this weight. You have 3 cars sitting on this trailer. They just cut you off. It was a nightmare when we had it. And I'm never going back to that ever again. And it was stressful. And talking about being grumpy, I was grumpy all the time when we had that truck and trailer and the payroll associated to that truck and trailer. So my wife doesn't want us to have one ever again either.
Nope.
Even if I joke about it, like I can make the funniest joke about wanting to go buy a truck and a trailer.
There are no funny jokes.
Yeah, my wife won't even crack a smile. She'd be like, nope. Hell no, we're not doing that.
It was a joke the first time, and we saw how that worked out. I'm not interested in that joke anymore.
So I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. We've learned a lot in business, and it's a lot through trial and error. Like my grandfather taught me a lot of things about being a car dealer, but the biggest that he ever got was selling like 10 cars a month, and he would keep an inventory of 7 or 8 cars on his lot. So at a certain point, there was advice that I needed that I couldn't get from him, and I didn't trust anybody else. So we had to learn it ourselves, and we learned it the hard way.
Sometimes expensive way.
Very expensive. I lost $15,000 on that truck and trailer. I remember that.
Yep.
That's talking about losses on vehicles earlier. That's the biggest singular loss that I've ever taken on as far as my business is concerned, is that truck and that trailer. I lost $15,000 when I sold it.
Yeah, and I feel like we were lucky with that because that just means that we didn't have any car accidents in it. And it could have been like I don't know. It scared me so much seeing. I don't want to own that responsibility. Do you know about the reliability of Hyundai Sonatas 2006 to 2011?
So we actually buy a lot of Hyundai Sonatas for our car dealership. I know a lot of people don't like Hyundais and don't like Kias. And I can tell you, I don't like Hyundais and I don't like Kias. But I have to buy Hyundais, Kias, Jeeps, not my favorite either. I have to buy these types of vehicles because there's just not enough Hondas and Toyotas at these auctions to be able to do the kind of volume that I want. And I mean, in all actuality, there's people that love Hyundais, love Kias, love Jeeps, the ones that I don't like, and I still have to have a product for them, right? One thing that I would say that you have to worry about with Hyundais and Kias are motors. They're notorious for having these ticking time bomb motors, but in a lot of cases, what's good about them, at least in the ones that I buy, the cheaper ones, and that's what you're looking at too, is the 2006 2011. They're going to start ticking just a long time before the actual motor is going to blow on it. But still, I would rather you buy. I mean, you're looking at a Sonata. I would rather you buy a Toyota Camry. I would rather you buy a Honda Accord. They are going to be a little bit more money, but in my opinion, they're much better cars. And even if I have someone walk up on my car dealership, they're looking at one of my Hyundai Sonatas that I have, they ask me my opinion on it, I'm going to steer them towards Toyota Camry that we also have on the lot. That's what I would rather them buy. If my mama was asking, actually, I can tell you, I bought my mama car and I bought her a Toyota Camry. So I mean, that's just what we buy. And what my advice always is: Toyota, Honda. That's the only two cars I want you to buy. Have the best reliability. But the downside is you are going to pay a little bit more for them. I don't hate the Sonatas. I don't hate Kias. I don't hate Hyundais. I just don't like them. And you're going to have the chance of a catastrophic mechanical issue in the life cycle of that car. And if you're looking at 2006 to 2011, you're right around those years where it's if it hasn't happened yet, you have the potential in the next year and a half, 2 years for it to happen. Motors are very very worrisome in those vehicles. The other thing that you have to worry about in a Hyundai and a Kia is it getting stolen. My niece I think she had a Kia and
Hyundai.
a Hyundai, and it was parked at a Olive Garden, and it got stolen in the parking lot because it's so easy to steal those cars. You need, I think, a OBD2 programming, whatever, with your phone and a screwdriver. So very easy to steal. So that's another issue that you have to worry about with the Hyundai or Kia. Just not my favorite. Buy a Toyota, buy a Honda. That's what I would do.